Alright, so the other day I said I was gonna go to, or I thought of a place on the beach to go and shoot, and then I proceeded to not go there. I went to the Carolina Beach State Park instead, because immediately after recording I completely forgot that I was gonna go to here. So I'm here now. The sky is gray again. There's a 20% chance of rain all day until 4 when the sun starts to come out, and also sunset is at 4:30. So, but the clouds, there's way more detail in the clouds. There's even some peaks of blue, and also the sea is very green today. It looked really cool coming in. So, or well, at least it did on the Intracoastal, so I'm hoping the actual ocean is green too. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But I'm gonna go out there, and today's gonna be pretty experimental. I'm going to work on composition, because that's something that I never do ever. I just walk around basically and shoot whatever I like, and occasionally I get lower or something like that, but I'm gonna find it something to take a picture of, and then I'll take a picture of it like I normally do, and then I'm gonna spend a while sort of in the same area trying to get the same picture of the same thing that I'm looking at, but from a better composition. So we're gonna see. That's my goal. And I imagine it's only, what is it? It's 12 now. Sunset's at 4:30. So I am planning on staying here, doing what I just said, and then I'm going to go back to Carolina Beach State Park and then do some of those trails until around sunset, and then come back here and see what it's like at the beach at sunset. But we're on the East Coast and the sun sets in the west, but I'm hoping there won't be the direct sun on this beach, but it will be coming from behind us, and we should still have a ton of clouds in the sky, so I'm hoping to get some delicious color. Another thing, it's 40 degrees out, and this morning it was 30-mile-an-hour winds, and right now I don't know what the wind speed is, but there's still a ton of wind. But it's gonna be fun. So let's forgo. This is probably a bad idea. That's cold. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not at the beach currently. And that's because after the whole it's pretty windy thing, my battery died. So I had to come all the way home and charge it. It's been charging for a good 2 hours now. It is 3:10, and as I said earlier, the sun sets at 4:30, so I'm going back to the beach. And as of now, these skies look pretty gray. But they did earlier also, and when I was at the beach it was almost like blue skies everywhere, so we'll see what the sun has to do about that. This is working. I am back at the Carolina Beach State Park, back on the Sugarloaf Trail, headed towards the campground trail. Maybe I'll find a what are they called? A picnic table there or something, somewhere to sit, so I can introduce you to what I'm going to be trying to do today. Yesterday I intended to come here. That's pretty cool looking. Yesterday I intended to come here between when I first got to the beach and then when I was going to go back for the sunset, but my battery died when I was at the beach the first time. So I went home and I don't know the trail. I went home and charged my battery, went back to the beach. Super windy all day. So here's all the foot. Ow, my finger! It hurt a lot to snap. Here's all the footage from yesterday, whatever. What is over here? Anyway. Today, trail's that way, I'm going this way. Today, I'm going to challenge myself by using my ultra wide. Ooh. Very swampy. Also, I realized that probably looked absolutely horrible. I was walking and talking because I keep forgetting this camera is not good for video. But I hope I don't get eaten by an alligator. Mushy. That does look pretty cool. But I'm going to introduce you to the lens I'm going to be challenging myself to use today because I bought it. I'll explain later. But maybe I'll see what I can do here first. There's a little bird over there. I'm going to see what I can do with that bird. But I'll have to switch lenses, which means that bird is definitely... Oh, the bird already moved. I can't believe I just peed literally 2 minutes ago and I already have to pee again. It does not bode well. Also, it's been... On the drive over here, it was raining, and I expect it to continue to rain, but I have my bumper chute in case it does. So, I guess I'll pause now, and pick back up when I find a table or something. Assuming I don't do anything here. I actually took what I think are some pretty cool shots of some birds back there. Ooh, look at this guy. Gnarly. I think I got a pretty cool one of like a hawk flying over me, but between a bunch of leaves, but the leaves are all like blacked out. So it's just like a silhouette of a hawk against a bunch of silhouettes of leaves that are kind of blurry. It looks pretty cool. And I think I got a pretty neat looking one of a cardinal hidden behind some stuff. And I don't remember the other ones I took. Still looking for that picnic thing. It's going. Nailed it. Alright. I am probably not even in the frame. I don't care. I'm back at the marina in my car because I walked for about a mile, and I really had to pee, and also I didn't come across the picnic table that I thought I would come across. And so I came back here so I could pee, and then I saw those picnic tables, but it started raining on me when I was around the time when I decided to turn around. It started raining, so I walked back in the rain with my umbrella, which I found out is much smaller than I was hoping it was. I hadn't opened it since I bought it a couple weeks ago, but since I'm already back here at the car, I'm just going to do the lens thing now, because I am gonna... It started raining again. I am going back out in the rain, and the lens I'm going to be challenging myself with today. I bought, it's the SLR Magic 8mm f4, right? Yeah, f4. And it looks like this. It's very small. It's like not made of nothing but glass and metal. Everything's metal, everything's glass. Obviously, because I just said that. That's getting cut out. Cool. I've never actually looked through this while I change the aperture. Got all smudgy on top. But that's just the filter that it comes with. I've never taken that off. I didn't realize how thin that was. Like a bulbous. Probably can't see that. I bought it. Hopefully I didn't just ruin everything. But this is... I haven't really said it before, I don't think, but I'm shooting with the Micro Four Thirds system. And this is originally made for drones. Or its primary use is supposed to be for drones. But, which is kind of crazy to me, because it's actually pretty heavy. For a drone. It's still super light, but it's pretty heavy for a drone. I originally bought it because when I moved here, I was supposed to be shooting real estate photography, and I needed an ultra wide for shooting indoors. And so I got this. It's 8mm, which on Micro Four Thirds is a 16mm equivalent, and it's a manual lens, so there's no autofocus or anything, so the aperture and focusing is all manual, so that'll be fun. But really, it's not that hard. From what I have used of it, it's not that hard to how did I lock it? Okay, it's not locked, it was just all the way over. You can lock the focus and everything. But it's not actually that... Oh god. It's not actually that hard to focus, because it's only really got... You can focus between 0.1... I believe it's 0.1 meters, all the way to... Yeah, 0.1 meters to infinity. And pretty much anything past 1 meter is just... Of 1 meter from the lens is going to be in focus. So you don't really have to spend too much time messing about focusing, unless you're focusing on something that's like right in front of you. But I have used it. I did use it for one real estate job. The lady said that she was considering hiring me to go and shoot all her real estate and stuff, because she had just started the business, and she had so much more to do and she wanted somebody else to just go ahead and take care of the photography. So I was like, all right. So I bought this lens for it. It was like $150 or something. And she sent me on one job. I guess I was absolutely terrible because she never called me again. And every time I contact her, she's like, oh, just give me a couple months. And I'm like, whatever, lady. Obviously, you don't want me to work for you anymore. But she told me it's real estate. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to go shoot a house. And then the first and only thing she sent me to was just a big open lot. A big empty green grass lot with a couple of trees strewn about everywhere. And apparently, somehow, I shot that wrong because she never contacted me again. But, she turned around and sold that lot for $1 million, literally, because it was right on the water. It was hideous, though. But, so I now have this 8mm f4, 16 equivalent, again, and, it only goes up to f16. It goes from f4 to f16. That's fun. But I have rarely ever used it since. Maybe once. Maybe twice. But with undesirable results. Because it's a manual lens, in Lightroom it doesn't have a preset to fix the, like the distortion and vignetting and stuff, so like you can't just go down to camera corrections and click autocorrect or whatever. So you would have to put in you would have to manually fix all the distortion and stuff with this, and I've just never done that. So that's why I'm trying to force myself today to use only this lens, so that one, I can get use out of it, and to also to figure out the manual, what am I trying to say? Figure out the fixies for this. And my camera just made a weird noise after I heard it stop raining. So I don't know if that's still recording or not. But I'm gonna go out, shoot with this. 10-minute long story short. Going out, shooting with this, forcing myself to shoot with this in the rain. You know what they say? An apple and 20 blueberries a day keeps the doctor away. This is big, wide, distorted me. Presumably. I don't really know what this whole wide video will look like. But like I said, this is made for drones, so it should look alright with video. Otherwise, why ship it? And I've heard a lot of people say that the video out of it looks pretty good, so I guess we'll just see. Now to find something that would look good wide picture English. Since I came through here, I guess the rain has flooded the trail. That sucks. Because my shoes are made out of holes. Actually, the video with this, god damn it, mosquitoes. The video with this doesn't look nearly as bad with this camera as it does with the other lenses. I wonder why. Is it because it's manual? That's weird. I bravely jumped across here so I can continue the trail, only to find out it's way deeper that way. But look where it's dry back there. And I can't sneak through there, because one, that would be gross, and two, there's water everywhere. So I made it back through the thing. So I guess what I'm gonna do, maybe I'll check out over there, but I'm gonna go back the way I did the other day, which was that way, and then around to where all the sand and stuff is, because the trails meet about a mile that way, and then you can take them all back this way. And there were some cool like tree clearings and stuff over there that I'd like to try with the wide lens. I mean, this hand is so close to this thing, but it looks so far away. 10 feet later, I got a new update. That's the way I went the other day for the sand and stuff. This is the way I went today. I had completely forgotten about it. So I guess we're going back the way that I originally went earlier. So that's less sand. Mosquitoes. Alright, this is where I was before. Where I thought the wide lens might be nice. Because it was pretty cool looking. It's just like crazy land in many directions. It goes back way back. Oh, one day I'll learn how to speak. Let me see if there's anything around here that I can photo. I'm upset because I've challenged myself to use this lens, and I'm probably not in focus. Oh, it should be good. Because I challenged myself to use this lens, I didn't, out of good faith, take out my long lens and try to shoot some woodpeckers I just found. I'm upset. I really hope I don't get eaten by an alligator or a snake. I mean, this little swampy area looks pretty neat. So I'm gonna get set up and see. I think this is a pretty cool shot. These mosquitoes though, look how, oh never mind, I was gonna say look how warped that tree on the left is, but that actually looks like that in real life. Try having bad ankles and walking around on this invisible over rooty ground. Not great. This is more difficult than I imagined. Because I'm surrounded by all this neat stuff. And by neat stuff, I mean trees. But, like, I don't know how to use this super wide. The only real examples I've seen of a bridge or something, and it like stretches out way into the corner of the thing. But that's not my bag. That's not. Apparently I prefer pictures of birds, because I just keep taking them. I think wildlife photography is cool, but I don't have the correct lens for that either. Or not the lens I would like. But this super ultra wide, I keep seeing things like this. This right here, these tall, dark sticks with the green sticking up out of them, that looks super cool in real life. But on the back of the screen, I don't like that at all. It looks real neat, but not to my naked eye. I mean, the camera's naked eye. See, like maybe, like back up. Like if I can do something with, like how this trail splits, that's an example of what I could do. But then there's nothing, there's these trees, but there's nothing really to focus on. So I don't know, that's the sound of my screen clipping back in. I don't know what I should be doing. But I guess that's the point of a challenge, is to be challenged. So I guess people are coming. They already think I'm a freak. If I just switched to the lens that I normally record with, my 19mm, which is a 38mm equivalent, something like that, I would be able to take better advantage of these trees. Remember the little squeaky bit that I was putting on the front of this lens earlier that I accidentally broke off? It's not on the lens anymore, and I don't know where it is. It's probably on the ground somewhere. I mean, look at that. It looks so cool. What if I do this? That's probably terrible for video. But, I mean, looks so cool. There's some picnic tables over there I could have taken advantage of earlier. So this is what I'm working with now. When it's in recording mode, it crops in a little bit, so you can actually see all of the trunk. Well, not. Like, you can see all the way at the base of the trunk of this tree on the left here. And I'm thinking I'll crop it at like a 16:9 to get rid of some of that sky. As much as I don't really want to see the sky or the tops of the trees. I just want the trunks going back. But this is what I got right now, and I'm gonna take a couple shots. Probably gonna have to focus stack. Look, I understand I said that I'm gonna challenge myself, but I'm seeing too many goodies, so I'm still going forward, but on the way back, I'm switching out lenses. And you can't stop me. I already went all the way through with the lens that I challenged myself. Look at all this red. So much red, can't even tell in the video. But it's so... Is there anything I can do here? Alright, this is where I was. Okay, first off, that's where I came from. That way is the service road. And then from there is where I came from the other day. So like way over there, I'm pretty sure anyway, is where all the sand and stuff was. So if I would have taken that other path, I would have gone this way and then come down here. And then I believe that way is where I ended my last video, sitting overlooking that cove with the sailboat. So I think I could turn back, switch out lenses and stuff. I saw so many things I wanted to take pictures of. Like, you can't even see it, but there's a beautiful orange little tree over there. People walking up on me, making me feel ridiculous. But I'm going this way to where I ended the last video because there were a bunch of cool trees. Maybe I can do something with that, but I passed so many cool trees on the way here and couldn't do anything. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I am going this way, but who knows how far I'll make it. Well, much like the antelope who couldn't figure out calculus, the trail was reflooded. So I guess it's time to turn back now. So remember the little, the squeaky bit that I lost? Can't even focus, this lens is so long. It's stuck inside the lens cap. So at least I didn't lose it. I ended up taking like no pictures on the way back. I took one of me, so that makes it automatically terrible. Just walking down between all the kirkly trees with my umbrella. It looks good from the waist up because it's all black, but then I'm just wearing old jeans and bad shoes. So yeah, it's ugly. But current feelings on that wide lens is that I don't know how to use it properly. I learned that I don't much care for wide angle. Maybe I should give it a try with like a wide open landscape, but other than going to the beach and taking a picture of just the water, I don't know what I would use that on. But I don't, for me, see much of a use for this lens. So I'm still going to do the test and figure out all the warping and stuff. And maybe I'll take it out again if I can think of a landscape or something. But I would rather... Yeah, I think I'm going to try to sell this. And if if I could, I would sell that lens that I'm being recorded on now, the Sigma 19mm 2.8, which is a great lens. It's just kind of, the focal length is just kind of normal. Like, it doesn't really wow me or add any interest to a picture. It looks good because it's a 2.8, so it's nice and crispy, but it's not very useful for taking pictures. It looks good with a video though. And I think from what I've seen on the back of the camera, this lens does the best for video, maybe because it's not a electronic or something, so it doesn't have all that weird shaky, rolly, shuttery things or whatever. But this does real good for video. Does real good. Way to grow up in North Carolina, kid. And I'd like to try and sell all three of my lenses. This is the Olympus 40 to 150 4 to 5.6, which is an equivalent of 80 to 300. And I'd like to see if I can't sell all these and get a super telephoto. Like, they make a, what is it? They make a 600mm equivalent. I think it's just a standard 300, or maybe it's like a 70 to 300 or something like that, which would equal like 140 to 600, which would be super versatile on the long end, but be much better for me for like wildlife and birds and stuff, which apparently I like the most. And but this is the lens I use the most, actually. This long lens. If I can I? Can't do it with one hand. Oh, no, I just unscrewed the bottom thing. But yeah, oh no. I'm gonna see if I can't see what I could potentially get for selling all these things. And try to get a much longer lens, or even just sell the whole package, meaning these three lenses and the camera, and see if I can get a cheaper, I don't know, I wouldn't want to sell my camera because it's falling apart. It works perfectly fine, but I mean, I lost a button on it yesterday somehow, the button that lets me switch what kind of shooting I'm doing, like self-timer and all that. But I don't know how it came off, but there's just a hole where the button used to be. And look, I just can't stop, okay? Where's the button? This lens is driving me crazy because I want to like it, and I'm doing a bad job at liking it. Now, I also have to be truthful at you. I just had some coffee. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. The sun is setting probably currently, and it'll be nighttime by 6. I just had a big coffee, and I spilled it all over me. And I lost all my goddamn marshmallows. Because I mixed it with a hot chocolate mix because coffee's disgusting. I have to make it taste good in some form. But I'm going to go to the beach, this wide lens. I've been looking at the footage, and for the most part, it's okay. I'm probably, what am I even on? Look at that. Guess what? I'm in focus now. Oh God, people, they're looking at me. I've been looking at the footage, and the video looks fine, except for the camera seems to hunt around, or not hunt, but just kind of like weirdly tilt and swivel and stuff. And let's get out of here before my dad and sister do. Haha, you can't see me. Oh, my dad's not even in the truck, it's just my sister. But yeah, the camera just seems to do all kinds of weird, like, tilting and stuff. And the part of the video where I said toodaloo and goodbye and all that was recorded like 4 days ago, and when I got home that night, I was convinced that I was not going to make that into a video because I considered that entire day as a failure, because the only pictures that I left with that I was satisfied with were shot with not this wide lens. But I'm now determined to get a good shot with this thing, because I can see potential in it, but I just haven't tapped the potential, I guess. But the video, I think, does look nice. The camera does do weird things, as I said, and of course it's a manual lens, so I'm almost never going to be in focus. But I think that's what I'm going to be using instead of trying to sell it or something. I'm going to be using this for, I keep almost touching it, and I have that little protective glass plate on it, not on it, and it's got a very bulbous front element, so I'm trying not to touch it. But I also don't want it to just fly off the seat while I'm driving. I think this is what's going to be what I'm going to use for video until I get a fancy little device that I've been trying to get for months. But I've been out of work for 10 days and I don't get paid for another 4, so I mean, it's going to be a couple weeks before I can get that fancy little device. But I think next, what I am going to do, because it's significantly cheaper, is get a usable mic for this camera. And even though the video is not going to look great because it's not a video camera, or it's not a camera that does video well, at least I can fix up the audio. But I've noticed that what did I just run over? Like a honey mustard thing or something. I've noticed the enormous amount of me just heavily breathing, because I'm always hiking in the past shots and stuff. So I'm gonna try to like cut those out or cut them down, and so you don't have to hear how disgusting it is when I breathe. I just breathed loudly again because it's called a sigh. Ooh, turn in. But I am going to the beach right now. There's absolutely no clouds in the sky. The sun is already setting, as you can see, as it blasts into my face. Whoa! I just had that gross coffee, so my teeth look like I brushed them with dark chocolate. Oh God. But I'm determined to make this lens work. I really am. And I don't know. I'm definitely too hard on myself, but at the same time, I'm not hard on myself at all. Or like, I really think I could be harder on me. But ooh, decision time. Oh, beach where there will be nothing to take pictures of, or the riverfront where there will be nothing to take pictures. Oh no, I gotta pay to park at the riverfront, and I, like I said before, don't have money. So to the beach it is. Do I even have gas? I didn't even check. I have enough gas. Over and over until I get to the beach then. Guess who's going to the complete wrong beach? So now I have to make a U-turn at a super busy intersection where the light's never gonna turn green. Now we're on the right road. Should be there in about 10 minutes. Closing in on 5 o'clock by the time we get there, and last I checked, it's going to be technically nighttime by 6:30. That's what Photo Pills tells me anyway. I think what I'm gonna try... There's no clouds in the sky. It's almost nighttime. This just hit me ultra wide. Looks like I might be out for some astrophotography for tonight. Are my gloves in here? They sure are. Ooh, that's how plans are made. Nice. Good job, me. But I think what I'm going to do is try and build a sandcastle. I haven't made one of those in 20 years, so we'll see what that does. Ooh, bad news though. What if my battery dies? Because I haven't charged it in 3 days. I guess we'll find out. These videos really drain the battery, BT dubs. I was here the other day, and all this area was flooded. That's where I got all those pictures of the birds. And of course it was super windy that day. That's the day my battery died. Hoping it doesn't do it again. And it's crazy how much the sunset transforms this place. All the colors, all the goodies. The ocean that was the other day super green and nice looking is now an unreal blue color. It's ridiculous. Pretty birds. That would have been a good picture for a long lens. Pro tip, don't look directly into the sun. I can't see anything right now. But it does. These colors are pretty cool. I don't know what I'm gonna shoot though. Alright. So, naturally, I did what comes easiest to me and switched back to my long lens and got a bunch of shots of birds against the sunset, which I think some turned out to be pretty nice. Maybe. Haven't seen them on a big screen yet, which is what I wanted to say about this lens, is that I looking back at the footage and stuff, I cannot trust the back of this screen with this lens because it looks god awful on this camera on the back of the screen, but when I get on the monitor, it looks like a solid 6 out of 10. It doesn't look too bad. But there's the sun, as you can see, and I'm headed over here to that pier, which is much closer than it looks on the back of this camera. But I'm gonna head over there and see if I can't find a bathroom, because there's no way I'm standing here for another hour or two without peeing, because dear God, do I have a baby bladder. But I think I'm gonna be using the pier for my night shot. Maybe something like these fallen rails. That'll look much better than a pier. But I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe I'll jump up there, try to get, oh yeah, I guess I would have to figure that out pretty soon, because I'd need a blue hour shot of the whatever the subject is, and then throw in the stars later, or like I guess Photoshop them in or whatever. But I'm gonna get over to this pier, hope there's a gift shop attached to it or something, pee, and then search for my composition. Alright, it might be pretty windy, but I hope you can still hear me. This is what I've settled on. I'm at the end of the pier. There are these orange, super warm lights that I've already taken a blue hour shot of. And hopefully as the stars come out, which they already are to my right where the sun is, hopefully they'll fill up the night sky. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to almost certainly have to mush them together in Photoshop or whatever. I don't have Photoshop, I have GIMP. Actually, I have Lightroom too. I'm gonna see if I can do it in that first. It's kind of hard to get this thing straight because of the warping of the lens. There are also little birds running around. You're about to see one pop into frame. There they go. They're little birds. What was I saying? Oh, also, as the waves hit the pier, it moves the pier around, so hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to match them up nice enough. But I think I should be fine, because you can actually see the horizon of the water right above the edge of the pier. So masking in the later sky shouldn't be too difficult. I just hope I don't get kicked off for loitering or something. But yeah, now it's just sit here and wait. Or stand here and wait, rather. So I will snap back on when the stars come out. Alright, one more thing. I just turned the camera on again to take another shot of these orange lights to see if, so I have them later in case they look a little better. And it said the battery was now full, so I clearly cannot trust the readout for this battery. So who knows how long this thing's gonna last. But assuming it lasts long enough, I'm going to take the shot that I want. There's more and more stars coming out now, but the sun is still kind of up over there. But I'm gonna take the shots that I want with this lens, and then I'm gonna switch over to my 2.8 lens, which is a 38mm equivalent. It's the Sigma 19-28, and I'm gonna shoot with that, and then kind of put them side by side to see if there's. See, I'm just gonna put them side by side, okay? Quit judging me. It is kind of cold, and also I just remembered that after I'm done here, I have to walk back to my car a good 3/4 of a mile in the dark. So that'll be fun. But I have a little light in my backpack, so. Oh well. It is all about the adventure anyway.